feel being so fucking legendary?
Girl, my knees hurt. My knees hurt.
Well, get off of them, girl. We're rooting for you.
We're all rooting for you.
Don't be a traitor. Speaking of traitors.
Skincare, darling. Honey, I'm up in that. I'm like...
If you don't do for the people have now realized that they're not going to do for you no more. There's something sweet in the air today. Something refreshing and soothing and full of stage and screen accolades. Something that is a loud and proud voice for the trans justice across the globe. Can you taste it? It tastes like peppermint. Hey, Peppermint.
Hey, girl.
How you doing?
Oh, I am so good. I'm happy to be here with you, girl.
Welcome to Sapphira.
Honey, Sapphira, congratulations.
Thank you.
Season 1, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Oh.
You gonna come back for season 2.
better.
Oh, my God. So you look great. What were you on your way to?
I am on my way to Black Trans Liberation Kitchen, which is a group that gets together and provides meals to Black trans folks and people who are queer and Black and, in the community. It's a community-led organization by Queen Jean.
Oh, we love Queen Jean.
And she's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so we're going to they're just about to kick off their new, season. And they are doing a fundraiser. So I'm on my way to that right after this. I was like, I got to go stop by my girl Sapphira first, y'all.
Well, it's good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
I mean, straight off the bat, you are a trans justice warrior. Baby, let me tell you something. You're always out there. You're always letting people know. I love how you can say what so many other people have said and still people go, oh, now I get it.
Well, I'm happy because sometimes it's like, girl, I mean, it feels like the thing that sucks is that we are still needing to say it.
Why do we have to say it continually? Well, I feel like, yeah, we're still needing to say it, but unfortunately, the voices that have said it, and sometimes who say it very, very eloquently, aren't being heard. And it's not even that they're not being heard because people don't want to listen. It's just they just aren't being seen. And luckily you have a great platform and you have used it wonderfully.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I try my best.
Yeah.
It's important. Luckily, I feel connected to it. It's like I'm like, this is what even if I didn't have a platform, I'd probably be sitting in my apartment screaming and hollering, know?
Exactly, yeah.
And so I'm like, well, might as well, use that. And I feel pretty good about it, you know?
Do you have an educational background in social justice or anything like that?
No, girl.
Yeah.
I barely have an educational background in educational...
Background.
Hello! Girl, you should have seen me up in that high school. And I went to a college that didn't even have a degree, to offer.
What college did you go to?
I don't want to shade them. When I was there so long ago, they were not yet offering degrees. It was more like a certificate. AMDA.
AMDA, yeah.
Yeah, and so at that time, it was just kind of like, okay, well, you did it.
Yeah. At some point, after I went to the Eastman School of Music, I went to another school called the Longy School of Music, and they had the same thing where you didn't actually get a degree from there, but they have since partnered with the Bard School, and now you can get a degree.
That's what AMDA did as well.
Who did they partner
with? The new school?
The new school, yes. Yeah.
And so, that's good, nice. Good, my tuition went to something.
Good for you. Did you ever do debate or anything like that? Like the way you speak, I'm often like, oh, girl, I wish.
I did mock trial, which was
me
fun.
too.
Yeah, mock trial was fun.
Mock trial was really fun.
Did mock trial, and I didn't really do debate club or anything like that. No,
She just stay read up.
Yeah, my family, there were all educators. So everyone worked at a college, a school, some kind of school. And my whole family. Yeah. So it probably rubbed off as much as I didn't want it to.
I mean, it does come in handy, though. It comes in handy to be able to communicate in a way that makes people go, okay, you're someone to listen to. You know what I mean? And as much as, of an insult it can be when someone says, "Oh, you're so articulate."
You know what? And when I guess it depends on who it's coming from, though.
Yeah, I mean,
You
if
know
I'm
what I
saying
mean?
you're so articulate, you're like,
I'm
well, thank
okay,
you.
girl.
Now, if I was like, then maybe
Yeah,
you'd be like, bitch, what you talking
what you
about? What
trying
you
to
mean?
say?
Of course I'm articulate.
Hello. Yeah, it is a blessing that I'm able to. I feel good about being able to like process ideas, and my goal is to like, because listen, especially living in the States, like here, a lot of the stuff that happens politically is really, it's confusing and complicated. Not only because it's just confusing and complicated. It's confusing and complicated because the people that are doing it are kind of shady and they don't want you to know what's happening. So like even finding out the truth is like a full-time job.
Yeah.
And then they never get, girl, I got a bone to pick. Not with AMDA. I didn't get an agree, but they at least told me the truth. In high school and like when we were coming up, we were not, I don't know what that was that we sat through in sixth period history. It was not history.
Indoctrination.
It was indoctrination.
Where did you go to school?
I grew up in Wilmington, Delaware, so I went to school at Wilmington High School, not far from Philly. Yeah.
And I'm from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And when I was growing up, I actually
That's where all the motherfucking books come from.
That's where, especially the books with the indoctrination, which goes to when I was in middle school, elementary and middle school. We had teachers who would teach us what was in the book and then sit the book down and say, now this is what really happened. And I loved that about some of my teachers who just said, okay, so this is what, like, I'm teaching you what you need to learn.
This
so
is
that
what's going to be on the test.
On the test, but you need to know history.
Oh, girl, because that is not history.
Because that's not history, that's the test.
Girl, they didn't do that with us.
Yeah, our teachers, they said, all right, now you've all read it. We've read it. Do you understand? And honestly, because they said, okay, now that's how it's written. This is what's on the test. I actually retained more information.
I believe
because
that.
Their
Because you
information
knew.
still was, you knew
Yeah.
what was real and what wasn't and what you needed to learn versus what was real. And honestly, there was a lot of crossover.
Yeah, there's crossover.
There's
It's
enough
usually
crossover.
told a different way.
Yeah, there's
It's
enough
always something
crossover
left out.
Yeah. So that you can still say you were telling the truth. It's not like they're lying completely. They're just leaving a lie. It's a lie of omission.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've been dealing with a lot of liars who like to omit a lot of things, but technically have not lied at all.
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, we brought some Africans over here and they were in the fields picking cotton. There was a lot more going on than picking cotton. Okay.
They were doing a lot.
They were doing a lot to us.
Our people were doing a lot, but also it's like, no, my favorite is now they're saying that they were workers.
Workers, they were working.
Yeah.
Working and they're better off because of it. Girl, what are you trying to say?
I know some people from Nigeria and they're doing quite well.
Hello,
I'll tell you what,
darling.
I don't know if they're better off.
Honey, y'all could have left me at home. I would have been fine.
Just fine. Thank you so very much.
I would have had my own hair. Anyway, let's not talk about this.
No, but seriously, you are always talking. You're always, one thing I love.
I'm always talking, girl.
You are always talking, but I always love to listen to you. But one thing that I really love to see is your feed on Instagram, baby. You will give the voice to anybody. Like the amount of things that you just share or you repost, and you don't repost it like the new repost button. I don't know how you do it, but you yank it and you put it in your thing, and you're like,
I'm like,
watch
here it
this
is.
now.
Watch this whole thing.
You watch me, you watch this. And I love that about you. I've learned a lot of things just from being a fan of your feed.
Oh my God. Thank you, girl. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, is this too much? But I'm like, you know what? No. The people need to know this because it's not getting through the way. I mean, I am glad they have that new reshare button, but now I do all of it. Now I reshare it, put it in my stories, and put it on my thing because I'm like, y'all are going to have to see this because they're fucking us over.
It's good information. And, I don't know that many people aren't resharing, aren't doing that for the other side because, there were so many people who tried to vote against Mamdani in Kentucky. And for me...
Girl, did you see that damn story?
That don't make
Did you
no
see
sense.
that story. Now,
did.
it's tragic either way. It's either tragic because they thought that they could participate in New York's election in some way, or it was tragic that they knew that they had to vote and they were like, I'm going to go vote, but I have no idea who I'm really voting for or why.
You know, they didn't even have an election.
I know they didn't have an election. That's what I'm trying to say.
So they knew they had to vote for what?
For
you didn't
what?
have to vote.
You don't even know what. Who's running? Tell us.
Who's running? In Kentucky?
Kentucky. No wonder Lindsey Graham keeps getting damn elected up in there.
I think that what's his name?
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the Turtle Man.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's the Turtle Man.
I got traumatized by the ladybugs. Who is Lindsey Graham?
Who's Lindsey Graham,
Yeah.
honey?
Darling.
Ooh,
Honey.
They're trying to, as of this podcast, they've recently hidden some verbiage that makes it so that they actually get $500,000 from the government because of their text messages being monitored. And by monitored, I mean like they weren't monitored in real time. They literally just took their text message and read them to see if they had anything to do with January 6th. That's something that's done all the time. Like to regular Joe Smo people who are being investigated, and they have decided that they're owed money for that.
They have decided that they're owed
our
money for that. That's what the crime is because they're taking it out of our.
It's a taxpayer. Yeah,
it's our taxpayer funded money, and they're taking it from our healthcare. They're taking it from SNAP. They're taking it from our social safety nets.
Yeah,
and
they have the nerve
moving it over.
They have the nerve to ask for that. Meanwhile, there are people who are not eating this month.
I mean, they're not even asking for it. They just did it, which is the worst part about it because the Democrats.
I mean, technically they're asking for it because it does have to go to the House, and the House does have to approve it. So the House can remove it before it.
Do you think they will?
I honestly think that the House is actually filled with more real people.
Because they are more accountable to their constituents.
They're way more
They have to come home to, and they don't even get all the perks. I was on Capitol Hill a couple months ago to go visit Chuck Schumer. I should have. I went to go, and honey, his office. If you look at the Capitol, you know the Capitol building, and it part of it. Obviously, one side of it faces the mall. Mm-hmm. That whole side of it is his office.
What?
On one floor, like the top floor.
Yeah. That whole side.
Girl, it is
huge.
Talk about a view.
Yeah.
It's glorious.
As being the
he's not the
speaker.
He's the minority leader.
The minority leader, yeah.
He's never been the speaker, but he's always at one point he was the majority leader when we were in control, obviously. Mm-hmm. And that for the longest time, or traditionally, that has always been the majority leader's house, whoever or office, whoever it was. Mm-hmm. But he's been there so long, they're just like, just keep the office.
Just keep the office. It's yours.
Yeah. And it's like a $1 billion looking office. Like, girl, like it's like, oh, this is the Capitol, and the Capitol, this is your office.
This is you that girl.
And he has more than one. Anyway, the point is, he never comes back to New York.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he does for like parades or something like that, but like never to be held accountable.
Yeah.
And we got to go to him. The lobbyists have to go to him. Boy, I hope you took pictures of that office because it's your last time looking at that thing.
That's the thing. It's like, baby, if you don't do for the people have now realized that they're not going to do for you no more.
It's a different game.
It's a different game. I think definitely with the victory of Mamdani winning is showing people, we actually do have the power. And since we have the power, I think we can start using it in other ways as well. I think that is really what the Democratic Party was very afraid of because they didn't support Mamdani.
Not only did they not support him, many of them came out against him.
Yeah.
And, he was working against the Republicans, naturally. He was working against his opponents in New York City. He was working against the establishment Democrats in the entire country. He was working against kind of the establishment Republicans and media in the country. Honey, there was not a news organization that he went on where they were not trying to hold him accountable for what was going on in the Middle East for October 7th.
Yeah.
There was not a single news thing that they were not trying to hold him accountable. And they weren't asking him about his platform, like what he was actually saying about what he wants to do. And the best part about voting for someone like that, Yes, it's great that he has a platform and promises that he says he's going to make, and that'll either happen or not. It'll either be, he'll be blocked at every step of the game and he won't have the power to do it, or he would go wild and just say, ha ha ha, I'm just like every other politician. At worst case scenario, at best, he's just like every other politician. But really what the best part about it is we've elected somebody, I believe, that at this point is still in touch with us, still listens to us, and will allow himself to be held accountable, so that if he does fuck up, we can say, oh, no, that's not it.
That's not what we want.
Because the rest of those senators and the people in Congress and, even our mayor, they don't listen to us. They just do what they want to do.
It's more about the power and it's less about the people.
Power. Yeah.
Yeah. I, in addition to being, so involved in politics and social justice, you are
a bitch.
You're not a bitch, though.
I know.
You know what I mean? You're just so sweet. And I think Peppermint is like the best name for you because you're just delightful.
Thank you, girl.
But no, you're also critically acclaimed. You are, you're a theatrical powerhouse. You are the first trans woman to have a leading role on Broadway. How was that? How does that?
Yeah, to be fair, it's to the anybody who may have come before. It's that's right, to originate a principal role in a musical. That's just too long to say.
Yeah.
But it was wild. Like, it was one of the best experiences of my life. I loved it. It was great to be brought into the Broadway community. I loved performing the show, and it was head over heels. And I loved performing in the show. I thought it was a great show. It was incredibly, at the time, probably the queerest thing I'd ever seen on Broadway. And got to work with some icons, in theater, which was wonderful. And I miss it. It was great.
How does it feel to be like a pioneer?
I don't usually think of it. Is nice to get your flowers every once in a while because I don't think about any of that. I'm just like, okay, what's next?
Exactly.
And so
we got to keep moving.
Got to keep it going and keep it afloat. But it is nice to know that. It's nice to know now that maybe that mattered to a couple of people, because at that time, even though there were people, saying, oh, this is a historic moment, and there was a little celebration around it, it was incredibly difficult because there, there was like, this was now, I don't know how many years ago, 2018, how many years? 7 years ago. Writers still did not understand fully how to talk about people reviewing shows and Broadway didn't have an idea of how to talk about a trans person, let alone a non-binary character. They were like, what's all, it was just like,
there's a lot of
fighting.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was just tough. And so that was difficult. Also, like with, just folks in general, pretty much at every stop, there were people who were not used to really interacting with trans folks. In those types of situations where, like, I'm coming into your space, in your theater, and we have to change things around a little bit. And they were kind of, that wasn't the best for everybody.
Change things around how?
Well, just like, really the way that things are done. I mean, from top to bottom. I mean, I auditioned, obviously, and got the part. But, like, the notion that, I'm singing the female... when you say, okay, let's everybody learn the music, women and the female part over here, everybody go stand over there, I'm going to go over there, but I don't necessarily sound the way that they're expecting for like a woman to sound, And so then they have to think, okay, well, we're not going to have you sing with the basses, or it's a bit of a rearranging and restructuring in that way, musically, which I know you can understand.
Yeah.
And then besides that, just like, the bathroom situation, like the dressing room situation, was a thing to consider.
Yeah.
And there was like everyone's comfort level, and there was also my comfort level, and like how would they make it? And everyone was fine. Like no one was uncomfortable. But there was a consideration. There also were not a lot of dressing rooms that had a bathroom in it, and so like I was like, well, that's what I would like.
I'm gonna need a bathroom.
Oh my God. So, but they made a special arrangement, which was great. And it was wonderful because I was able to have my own space and have everything I needed, which if anybody's ever seen my purse, you know I like everything I need with me.
Yeah.
Um,
I got it all.
I might have what you need with me, you know? And then, you know, that was stuff like that for the most part. But
Yeah.
it was a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
I loved meeting everybody. I loved working with everybody. It was so emotional when we closed. And the best part about it now is the show is something that has carried on head over heels. And there's people from all walks that are doing the show, like in schools. And, you know, like there's so many young people that do the show. It's wild. There's at least 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 productions happening every
Yeah.
single year at a
Lovely.
time.
Yeah.
It's wild. So that's
is
great.
wild.
And they're like, my name is in the script.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Has there been, have you gotten any of the girls who came after you, you know, like Jinx, like L. Morgan Leigh, or, you know, Angelica Ross, have any of them, like, just been like, thanks for, like, giving us a chance, because now, because of what you've done, Jinx is O'Mary.
I know.
You know,
which is wild.
she was also
in Pirates.
in Pirates.
And
She was also
in Chicago.
Chicago as Mama.
Yeah, as Mama. Morgan.
And what is the show? Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, Little Shop of Horrors, Audrey.
Audrey.
I
And
saw her in most of those shows. I didn't see every single one of them.
I saw her in
Audrey.
Audrey, and that was like, I don't really see a lot of shows like that. So it was my first time ever seeing Little Shop of Horrors.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I have to be honest. The movie is a little snappier, and I do like it. I love the show. The production is great. I've been to this production in New York 3 times. I'm about to go the 4th time because another person who was in Head Over Heels with me is getting ready to play the dentist and replacing the last person who played the dentist, who played the king also in the show in Head Over Heels.
Oh, nice.
So like it's the same director.
Okay.
So, you know.
And they're like, and you now.
I'm like, hello.
So when are you gonna be?
Hello.
You were like, when am I playing Audrey, honey?
Hello.
Hello, let's do it now.
Am.
I was in the show.
Hello. Don't remember me? But it's a great show. And it's always, I love celebrating the girls and the boys and everybody in betweens on Broadway. And especially when there's somebody that I know, like Jinx or Angelica, and getting to experience that is great. Jinx was very sweet in sort of, you know, giving me a shout out a couple times in some of her press things and interviews when asked about it. And that's really sweet. And, you know, now I guess it's just, it'll be great when, I don't even know if we're there yet. It'll be great when it doesn't feel like it's so rare that every time is a damn celebration. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're like the first of a lot of things. You were the first drag queen on Traitors, right?
Yeah. And the first trans woman on
And the
Traitors.
first trans.
Actually, so Tynomi, I'm not sure when they filmed, but Tynomi Banks was probably before me on Canada's version of Traitors. And but it aired around the same time, so I don't know who filmed what when.
Which when, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, girl, you're a pioneer. You've just been pioneering. Honestly, you can even say that for like the way that you do drag and the way that drag in New York City developed. You were a pioneer then too. How does it feel being so fucking legendary?
Girl, my knees hurt. My knees hurt.
Well, get off of them, girl. You don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, dude, that's right. Yeah, you know, it feels really good to know that to have a contribution to Nightlife. I recently accepted an award, and you know, when you go to these award shows, they'll like tell your life back to you, and I was like, damn, I did that. That's right. I forgot that. But I remember going to see some of the other girls. I mean, obviously, drag shows in New York City had been around a long time, but seeing folks like, you know, Candace Kane and people like that, and absolute legends, and just, you know, I actually took over for Candace when she moved to LA.
Okay.
And at the time, there weren't a lot of Black trans girls doing in the drag scene, doing a one-woman show.
Yeah.
And the one-woman show thing lasted a while, but like it kind of stopped.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in New York, where there was like, okay, now we're going to get 6 girls up in here.
Yeah.
Anyway, it felt really good to be a part of a really particular time in New York City. Honey, when I started coming to the clubs here, you know, it was that time. You didn't know, honey. You didn't know if you were gonna have sex or get killed at the club, but you were down for something.
You were gonna go do something.
Yeah, and that was a good time, honey.
And it was scary, and
And
I
it was
loved
fun,
it.
honey. It was fun. It was like, woo!
A roller coaster.
Yeah. But now, I mean, I guess it's a little bit different now. You know?
It is really wonderful to think about the good old days. And like now, like what would be a role, because you're beyond being the club goddess, and you've now been the first trans woman to premiere a role in a musical, and you're the first trans woman on Traders, and you're probably gonna be the first one to do something else again. And that's just what role do you want next? Like, what's like a dream role for you?
It'd be great to go back to Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
Although, this is the thing. I'm starting to be of two minds.
Yeah.
Where I want to go back and perform on Broadway again. Would love that. But I also would really like to see some changes on Broadway beyond inclusion and all that stuff.
What changes?
I'm very family friendly, but I'm kind of like a little rebellious. I can't say I'm not anti-capitalist, but I don't like the impact of capitalism on professional theater.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that the performers who are working physically, singing, dancing, injuring themselves, are doing 8 shows a week, and then during the holiday season, that even just increases. When they were like, here's the schedule, they put up the Christmas schedule. Girl, I looked around. I said, oh, you got to be kidding me.
So who's doing that?
It was 50. I counted, and I will never forget. It was 15 shows in 9 days.
Whoa.
Girl. And they had them spaced out just enough so that it was kind of straddling two weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is
crazy.
Too much. And so I don't like that. We don't need to do shows damn near 7 days away. You don't need a show like Grandma can make it to the other show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't need to it's not a VCR, well, not a VCR, a DVD where you just push play and we just start up again. These are human beings. They need some real time off.
We're not at Disney.
Yeah, we're not at Disney. And the Disney performers, I mean, I think, I don't know, I have no idea. Because something tells me they get worked to death too.
They do.
But
they get worked down boots hard.
But
hard.
what they should do is just get another Snow White. You're Snow White, you do 4 shows, you are done for the week. Get the next one in here.
Well, they do this. You're Snow White until we've rode you hard and set you off, and now it's time for the new Snow White.
And they just run through you.
Run straight through them. Just like
That's
me when
what
I was
saying.
in college.
To make it, hello. Is that your nickname, Snow White?
They used to call me Snow White. Run through me, baby.
Hi-ho. Yeah, it's just, I'm not complaining about working, but like we are in this situation in this country where that's not a unique story.
Yeah.
Where people are like, I'm working 5, 6, 7, 8 shifts in 7 days.
Yeah.
I'm working more hours than there are days in the week.
Yeah.
And I still can't put it together. I still don't have what I need.
And that's the crazy part.
That's the part. Like, I'm fine. If you got a job and you got to work every waking hour, you should at least be able to pay that bill.
You should be able to pay your bills. You should be able to live comfortably. Mm-hmm. You should be able to come home after working your ass off and sleep in a very comfortable bed and nice heat or nice air, whatever it is, and not have to worry about a thing because you've been working hard enough that you don't have to worry about that. But where we live and the way that capitalism just capitalizes on our bodies.
Our bodies, our labor, our bodies. And that's what it is. They just moved over from chattel slavery and we're just like, okay, well, now you have to start clocking in.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. And it's not the exact same thing. But the system of the exploitation is still happening in the same way. And, you know, the thing that really woke me up to a lot of these conversations is that I've been in more than one state and I've met more than one person who was working a job, at least a job, and was actively unhoused, but still working. Going to work and nowhere to live.
Yeah.
Could because they couldn't afford it, and they had lost, but they kept their job or whatever.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all, not in this country, please.
Yeah. And with the amount of abandoned houses, the
Empty
amount
houses.
of empty
all
houses
through every city.
Every city.
We have
Not
over
just
100,000
New York.
empty apartments
Yeah.
in Manhattan.
In Manhattan, yeah. Empty. And
they're like, we need to build more. That's what the abundance people are saying. Don't listen to them, abundant. Ezra Klein, you can go to hell. They're just like, oh my gosh, let's build more houses. We need the construction companies to make more money. We need everybody to build more empty things that people can't afford. No, baby.
No.
Put them in the house.
Mamdani, you better get it together.
Come on, baby.
Hold on,
Sorry to get back to
we're
politics.
rooting for you. We're rooting for you.
We're all rooting for you.
Don't be a traitor. Speaking of traitors, who do you think should be the next traitor? Because we have now it's you, then Bob, then Monet. Who do you want on there next?
You know who I would really love to see on there?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, there's so many people that first of all, I don't want to just see one person. I don't want to see one queen. If we're
One
talking about
queen. You know, there's several housewives.
5 housewives, 5 this, 5 house plumbers, and 1 drag race girl. Get 5 drag race girls on there,
Yeah.
honey. You want a show?
You want a real show, honey?
Hello. I want to see somebody on there who will fuck shit up and be so kooky that they won't know what to do. I would like to see Tammy Brown.
I was going to say Tammy Brown.
I would love to see Tammy Brown on there. They wouldn't know what to do with themselves. They would not know what to do.
They kick her off day one.
Girl, they'd be like, what is going on?
They're like, nope, we can't do this. We can get rid of people. This one needs to go. But I would be there. I would be here. And you know what? Get Tammy Brown. Get Mistress.
Oh my God, Mistress.
Get
Tammy Brown in the same.
Tammy Brown, Mistress, Plain. And honestly, I want to see Jujubee on there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jujubee, first of all, you know she would turn a look.
She'll turn a look, but she's also so smart.
She's
and
so smart.
likable.
Her reads are like,
honey.
And
her reads are like small little razors.
You're like, oh shoot, I'm bleeding. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
She gonna cut you up to pieces. You didn't even realize. That's what I would love to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went in there
and I
want to
see them all together.
Together. That's what we need. Come on. Peacock, NBC, whatever the hell you are, please
do it.
Get a bunch of queens on there. Trust me, gal. Trust me, gal.
It always works. Why do you think RuPaul's Drag Race is going on season 19?
Why is there RuPaul's Drag Race season 19 and every other continent has RuPaul's Drag Race and your show can't be without a drag queen, a RuPaul's Drag Race girl?
So you might.
We're on every show.
Hello,
darling.
We're everywhere. In addition to your success on stage and screen, you've also accomplished music. You are an accomplished music artist, releasing 2 albums, 5 EPs, and countless singles. Do you see yourself choosing to focus on one particular thing in the future? Do you feel as though there are all, like, do you feel like all of these things we're always going to just do them all at the same time?
You know, I mean, there is probably something to be said for, like, putting all of my attention into one thing at a time. And, you know, I certainly feel like whenever I'm working on something, it has my full attention. I obsess over it.
Of course,
you know?
yeah. What's your sign?
Huh? Aquarius. What's yours, girl?
I'm a Libra.
Libra.
Oh, air signs.
Libra, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Air signs.
So I, you know, coming up in the 90s, artists were kind of, I guess, forced to pick a lane.
Yeah.
Honey, if you were an actor, anyone hear your damn record? Mm-hmm. And if you were a singer, don't try to get into no movie.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think about Jennifer Lopez when I think about that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But luckily, the way that she kind of like superseded that is by being Selena.
That's exactly what it was. And I also think her connection with He Who Shall Not Be Named at the time
At the time, you mean now?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, at the time when she was connected
at the time
to
when
him.
she was there, but now, but I think one of that I can remember. Of course, there were. I mean, Barbara Streisand, obviously singer, recording artist, actress. But for the most part, I think in terms of like pop culture and movies and like current contemporary at the time. It seemed like in the 90s, the musicians that were moving into film the most were from rap, like rap and hip hop artists were the ones that were like going in.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think her connection to the world of hip hop, which it was when she started, because of the person she was married to or partnered with. Oh, they were married?
Were they married? Was
Puffy and J-Lo married?
Puffy and Jelly married? I don't think so, right?
No? Okay.
No. She married Mark Anthony and Ben
then-
Affleck.
Wasn't she with Derek Jeter?
Derek Jeter?
Jeter?
She was with
A-Rod!
A-Rod. There we go. Yeah.
God,
Let me tell you something about Miss Jennifer Lopez. She's gonna enjoy herself.
I hope she already is.
She is, honey.
Darling.
Ain't nobody feeling sorry for Jennifer Lopez.
Ain't nobody
One
feeling
thing right
sorry,
now.
honey. Ain't nobody feeling
I'm
sorry.
not feeling sorry for
And
Jennifer
honey,
Lopez.
Girl, she
Must be nice.
must be very nice. And look at her.
Look at her.
Just
She
alone.
looks like she's like 24 years old.
Girl, what is
She
going
looks
on?
like she's solidly 34. I would say that. And
Yeah,
How old
yeah.
is she? Like, how old is
I mean,
Jennifer Lopez?
she's got to be 50.
50.
She's got to be 50.
She might be in her 40s because she started so young.
No, I think she's 50.
She's
Holy
56 years old.
schnuckler-mackeries.
And she definitely looks like she's a solid 32.
Yeah, she definitely does. And she
Yeah.
moves like it too.
Uh-huh.
I don't care what she looks like. She moves
And
like that.
And I mean a 32 today, not
Like
a
right
32
now.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
Because remember back in the day, a 32-year-old person, you were like, Grandma?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
There's some people
But,
you
like,
see who are 40. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
how old are you?
I'm 45, 6.
You look good. You know
Thank
what I mean?
you.
There's some 45-year-olds you
That
think,
look hit,
honey,
They're like, oh.
it's almost over. It's about time to go to pasture. You know what I mean?
that you're like, I thought you were 70.
Well, the
And
reason
they're-
why we thought, oh no, I don't want to be 40 is because the people back in the day who were 40 years old look horrible.
Cracked faces.
Horrible.
Faces cracking.
Baby. And then at some point we discovered skincare.
Skincare, darling. Honey, I'm up in that. I'm like,
Sometimes when I see men and they're like, I just learned how to shave my face, or this is not about you, Evan, but there's some people who just learned how to use skincare. I'm like, yes, and it shows. It definitely shows.
it pays off then, doesn't it?
Shows, well, it shows that they didn't know how to do it.
Ooh.
There's no reason I know some young people who are like in their 20s.
Yeah, they
and
think all
don't
they just
do
have to-
anything, and honey, they look like they're 45. And I'm
it's-
like, girl, get it together. Like,
Together,
let's
honey.
get it.
Get that damn. I mean, you don't have to spend the most money on it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to break the bank, especially these days. But it gets at least put some lotion up on there.
Yeah. Lotion, a little bit of hyaluronic acid.
Hyaluronic acid, honey.
It works wonders.
Darling.
I mean, look at J-Lo, as we were saying.
Yeah. And
So like she was able to pretty much do whatever she wanted to do.
she did. Yeah.
But you know, when you're in a field, you kind of focus on that field and you focus on your next field. But is there would you say there's like a story that you're telling with your music, with what you're doing? Is there like a through story?
I think what it would be is honestly just what it was. And it still is, but now it's evolved a little bit, was certainly just trans inclusion everywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere and whatever it is, what you need me to work at this thing? Oh, you need somebody to sing this? Oh, you need somebody to paint that thing? Just to get trans inclusion happening, And now, and it still is that, for sure. It's still necessary, especially these days. And so that was when making my decisions about my career and what I wanted to do. For the most part, I really just want to do things that bring me joy.
Yeah.
And like singing and doing music and then acting and being on stage or doing this and that, obviously doing drag. But those bring me joy. And so
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to be doing something. I worked for, like a lot of us, years in a gray ass building. And I hated it. I worked at a bank in
Okay.
Delaware, and because in Wilmington it's just banks.
Yes.
And everybody worked at a bank, and it was so depressing. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this
Get
is
me
not.
out of here.
and I had a little bit of color on my nails, and they were like, "You can't. You're breaking the, yeah."
Oh,
It was
honey.
back then in the
It was
'90s.
back in then,
yeah.
Well, you've had the pleasure of collaborating with so many people, like in all the things that you've decided to do. Who do you think would surprise our viewers and listeners with their creative process? And who do you think is the most different personally from public persona that they put for them?
I think the person that's the most different from their public persona, who's not like, I've worked with people from all kinds of folks, obviously. People in nightlife, people in the Broadway world,
exactly.
people in television and film. But I think the person that is the most different from their public persona, not that that's not part of them, but that people would be shocked to like interact with after having watched them, is probably Amanda Lepore.
Yeah, she's very
She's very down to earth.
yeah.
I mean, she's very prim and proper, and she's a Barbie doll, but she is very just so like.
Hey girl.
She's like, "Hey girl, what?" Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Oh, she's she's
human.
well, yeah, she's because she looks like a beautiful mannequin.
Yeah.
But besides that, she's like an around the way girl. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, girl, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about Amanda.
And whose creative process do you think would surprise people to know?
Keeping in the Nightlife family, because I've had a chance to see sort of the full
Scope of
it, is probably Caswell.
Okay.
Who is very disciplined as an artist.
You can kind of tell because they're so prolific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Caswell is, I'm always impressed by how dedicated he is to his craft and, his artistry. And he recognizes the inner artist in him, and he really takes good care of that. And so I recognize that and I admire it.
Caswell, I love Caswell. He's got that song "I Seen Beyonce at Burger King," and I remember the first time I ever heard that, and I just love the alliteration in that "I Seen Beyonce at Burger King."
Yeah.
It just gets me in the heart every day. You know those people who you don't see them all the time, but if you see them, you just go ah. That's Caswell for me.
Yeah.
You are actually the ACLU's artist ambassador of transgender justice, no? Mm-hmm. We also have had the deputy director of the ACLU, AJ Hikes here.
I love AJ. I love AJ.
AJ also used to be the LGBTQIA director of LGBTQ life, basically in Philadelphia.
Oh wow!
And so
okay.
I know AJ very well from then, and the ACLU is really fighting the fight. Like fighting the fight.
I want to get them some tea. What do you need for rub your feet?
Speaking of tea, honey, let me tell you something. This is your tea. Tell me about this tea.
It is called Transcendence. Mm-hmm. It's a blue vanilla mint tea.
It's actually blue.
It's blue. Mm-hmm. And
I drank it, so you can't see it.
It just came out. It's a holiday edition. And people can get it just going to my social media and go to my link in bio. I wanted to do I'm partnered with a company called Moody Teas.
Yeah, okay.
And they are a small business, a Black-owned, queer-owned business. The teas that they provide are all meant to enhance your mood or impact your mood a bit. Hence the word moody. Mm-hmm. And so this is meant to be really refreshing, but also calming.
Yeah.
And all their teas are sustainable and ethically sourced, which I appreciate in this day of they'll give you something, they call it tea, and it's just like chemicals, and it's not even natural in there at all.
At all.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm a tea drinker. I don't drink coffee.
No, me neither.
I do eat coffee ice cream.
Because it's delicious.
It's delicious.
It's really good. But I'm not going to drink coffee.
I'm not going to drink coffee. I don't like coffee.
Coffee gives me like the jitters.
I don't even know if it gives me anything. I can
drink
like
a Red
the
Bull
taste of
before
it.
I can drink coffee.
I don't even like Red Bull, and I'll definitely drink a sugar-free Red Bull before having a coffee.
Yeah.
But hot tea is my favorite. Mm-hmm. And so, I'm like, it's the holiday time. I would like to do tea can be calming and just like a nice warm drink. It can also be healing in a way,
Yes.
you know, and having herbs and medicinal practices or medicinal qualities are good. Not that there's any medication, but you know there is a healing element to peppermint
Yeah.
for our stomachs. And you know, I wanted to do something that I would enjoy. Again, I like to do things that I just like.
Yeah.
And it's also something that like we can take care of ourselves a little bit. Like you can take care of yourself, have yourself a cup of tea. This one is caffeine free.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you need the jitters, it ain't gonna do it.
No. Yeah.
But it is invigorating. Anyway, I wanted to focus on something that was like not big. I didn't want to have to put people into like a big box store situation where we were
Yeah.
like something that had to be, you know, involving the supply chain and all that. This is local and it's good and
Yeah.
it's people making it human beings.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Hey, well, it's also delicious. I've had mine and I didn't even eat sugar. It's just tasty. So thank you for
Thank
bringing
you.
this wonderful tea.
Yeah.
And so you were saying you want to just give them tea because they are really fighting. The ACLU has already sued the Trump administration over 200 times.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
for sure. So even some of the big ones that we're looking forward to, you know, there's a couple of moments in the wing. We are a quick hand clap celebration for the recent victory with She Who Shall Not Be Named and the Marriage Equality Challenge. And that was basically tossed out from the Supreme Court. But there are still going to be more attacks on marriage. There's still going to be more attacks on the trans community for sure. And they're even resurrecting attacks on drag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, y'all can't.
I mean, they just banned it in Texas.
I know. And so I anything to keep us like, ugh.
Yeah.
But, you know, we always have to come back to, in this.
You know why?
Why?
They're attacking us? Because we fight.
Yeah.
And if you distract us by giving us something else to fight about, then we won't fight for the things that really matter.
Epstein files.
And as much as that matters, what really matters is the fact that they're using our money in this
To do it.
in this really, really abusive way.
It's our money.
It's our money, and they're using it like it's their money. And the thing about it is, it's not your money if you're not paying the taxes.
They're not
your
not
money
only
to-
paying their taxes, they're not paying any of the taxes.
You know what I mean? Like if you're not paying taxes, like it's not your money. It is our money. So we're gonna have to I hope that the people who voted for 47 realize, oh, okay, we're not on the same
Where's your gold
level.
toilet, y'all?
Yeah, I don't have a gold toilet. I have nothing to eat because
Yeah.
I was on food
I mean, that's
stamps.
legit where we are.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
hopefully these people are starting to get it together. How do you find the courage just to keep going?
You know, it's really, I feel like I have no choice. I feel
Yeah.
like we have no choice. You know, I mean, it's either lay down and die or stand up and fight.
Yeah.
And it's one of those two things, or I guess leave, you know. But this is my country, you know. Y'all brought my ass here. And so I'm here. Now you got to deal with me.
Yeah.
And we can share this. And, you know, the name of the game has always been, when it comes to people wanting more and more power, money, has always been like oppression and exploitation always come with somebody wanting more and more money and power.
Yeah.
Even if you're working, they pay you just enough to get to the job
Yeah.
and nothing more.
Yeah.
And, you know, that is exploitative. I'm so grateful that I probably would have tapped out had I not read this book, which completely like, and I was like, you know, it's called Caste, The Origins of Our Discontent.
Yeah.
By Isabel Wilkerson. And it's a brilliant book. It was turned into a film called Origin that people should see by Ava DuVernay. It's not supported at all by the Hollywood mainstream machine because she is a rebel and And, so it was very independent.
Where did you watch it?
I watched it. I watched it in the theater.
Yeah, okay.
Initially. I saw it in the theater 5 times. I mean, when I say I like this movie, I like this movie. And then I know it's also streaming. And it's a brilliant movie. And it's, obviously about the book. But the book was able to explain the notion of caste to me that in a way that I hadn't understood it before. And I actually went to India several times where the caste system, which is like how people are organized, the hierarchy that people are organized in, which is historic, damn near ancient in India. I wasn't able to understand it as an American visiting there several times. The closest I could get to it was the notion of class, which I understand, like, how people are higher, upper class, middle class, lower class, and that was the best I could do until I saw this movie and read the book and was like, oh, I get it. And there's so many connections that can be drawn. And I think that's what, at the end of the day, what it is.
Yeah.
Always needing to have a scapegoat means we'll always have somebody who's on the bottom who we can be like, look, it's their fault. We hate them.
Yes.
And then everybody's like, it's you, it's you. Meanwhile, they're like, let's take their wallet, take their money. And that's the whole name of the game.
Was that picture of it's a guy with a cookie, a guy with no cookie, a guy with all the cookies behind him, and it says he's going to steal your cookie.
It's that.
Yeah. I really got to read that book.
Please do. Yeah. It is a brilliant
I got to read that
book. It's a brilliant book. For those who are interested, it basically started by, the movie, I think the best thing to do is watch the movie first. The movie is about Isabel Wilkerson, and she was a writer, and she was asked to write about Trayvon Martin's killing. And she was asking herself the question, is this just basic racism? Why is this happening in this way? Obviously, it was, a big part of the Black Lives Matter movement and that conversation, but she felt like it was bigger than that. And it's not just like everyday racism. What makes this happen the way that it does? And so she basically went around the world comparing all the different major atrocities and forms of discrimination, and really compared them to see how they're all related. And she was basically comparing American chattel slavery, the Jim Crow laws, the Holocaust in Germany and in Europe, and also the caste system in India. And she was able to compare them and see how they were all similar and how the things that made them operate. And then everything else just flows. And it helps me have an understanding of all these different things. They all basically fit into the same exact shape, even though they have a different language and a different coat of paint over top of them, and they're obviously in a different country. They're the same thing.
Oh, girl, that's deep.
Sorry to get heavy.
No, I love it. But we're going to get into our viewer mail.
Oh my gosh, viewer mail?
Yes, honey. We love to hear from our viewers. So if you have anything to say to me or my fabulous guest, make sure you write to Sapphira, okay? All right. Our first question is actually from a mandatory meeting.
Oh my gosh.
And
Hello,
her
girl.
question is, can you answer my DMs?
Now I'm like, did she actually run? Okay, she may have.
I think she
Oh
has.
my gosh. Oh,
You probably
drag
don't.
me.
Do you follow her?
I don't know. Should we find out? Let's see.
Do you follow her?
I don't. It's very likely that I don't. I think I stopped after season 11. Okay, let's see.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm looking.
While you figure this out, would you ever run for political office?
You know what?
Super drag fan.
I keep seeing it in my future.
Yeah.
I don't want to. It's not in the very near future. And honestly, the way that American politics seems to go, I would be more of a Mamdani than any of them other fools. And so I need to see how we need to really change the system in a way that's so revolutionary, and it'll be destabilizing for the people at the top and the rest of us.
It'll be destabilizing at the beginning for everyone.
Yeah,
yes.
for all of us. And I think that's what's necessary because what we're in is this like this vice that just keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter.
Yeah.
And maybe every once in a while there's a little bit of pressure release, but it only has one direction, which is just to squeeze us until there's nothing left. And I do believe that the corporations and the no, I don't.
You don't follow her.
No.
See, that's why, because she's in the requests.
Okay, I gotta go to the. Oh, and he.
Did you just hit message from her? You could just like go to her thing and just push message. This is for later.
We'll do it for later. Girl, don't tell grandma.
Put your phone down, girl. So you would just.
I would. Yes. The answer is
it.
yes. I would consider it. It's definitely. I'm interested in politics, and I'm not interested in getting involved in politics for politics' sake. I'm not interested in power. I'm not interested in talking to these. Yeah. But I am interested in helping change the system so that people can like live and breathe and be happy and have what they need and survive and not feel like they're being run down. What I was going to say was, in terms of capitalism, I know that's like the dirty. I'm villainizing it right now, but like we watch these corporations. I mean, when we grew up, do you remember when they were like the one or two things I think I did learn in civics or whatever it was that like monopolies are like illegal. Like our government.
We learned that monopolies are illegal.
We learned it.
However,
that is not what's going on.
No, there are plenty of monopolies.
There are a million corporations when we're 10 years old, and by the time we're 20, 30, 40, there's 2 or 3 corporations that own everything.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you have no options. And then what you need to live, they're buying like the water supply and things like that to help cool down their AI system, their AI information systems. And, like that is these companies, I realize capitalism will cause a corporation to sell itself, literally sell itself to another corporation, get bought out. No matter how, when they're making the most money, buy us because there's nothing left to make. And then that corporation will sell itself. It'll sell itself until there's nothing left.
Yeah.
That is a fucking problem.
That's crazy.
I don't want to be on that boat.
I don't want to be on that boat. I don't want to sell myself until there's nothing
left, girl. That is one.
Would you ever return to Drag Race either as a contestant or a judge, asked by Ariel the Mermaid?
Oh my God, Ariel the Mermaid. I love Drag Race. I love watching it. I love what it has done for, first of all, the world of drag.
Because you've only done season 9.
Only done season 9.
Yeah.
And so there is a world where I could see myself doing it. They did ask me once, and I wasn't able to do it because I was going on doing a play. I don't know though. I don't know if it's for me anymore.
Yeah.
I would love to see myself on there, and I hear there's so many people up in these comments that are like, "Girl, we need you to bring home the 4th crown for season 9," and I want that so bad for our top 4.
Yeah.
But I don't have the money to be buying these days. I ain't paying no $75,000, $800,000, $300,000 to prepare myself to go.
Yeah.
I have so many other things that I want to do, and I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When can we expect new music from you? And a related one, which we got multiple questions, is will there ever be a Clat 2?
I would love for there to be a Clat 2. I have worked on some new music, and then towards the end of the pandemic, and then I just stopped. And over the past year, my brain and my mind power has been on. I haven't felt inspired.
Yeah.
Because of everything that's going on. I felt
there's too much work to be done.
There's too much work to be done.
Yeah.
And whatever I have to say, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make it rhyme. I'm not gonna make it pretty. I'm not gonna be playing no maracas behind it. I'm just gonna say what I have to say, and there it is. Because what I have to say now is not like, oh, cute, I'm looking at my shoes. It's not that. It's what's going on with our fucking healthcare.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all would listen to that song, but I gotta say it today because tomorrow something else is gonna happen.
Well, What's Going On is a very good song by.
What's going on?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I feel like if not saying that you have to be, but if you're ever inspired by some music,
I mean,
just
come on, Marvin
put
Gaye,
the
come on, yeah.
put your message behind it, and when the times call for it, the times call for it.
Yeah, and it'll tell it to me. It'll be like it's now the time.
Yeah.
And I that's what I did with my last album, and I wanted it to be very, it's like I wanted it to be a little poetic, but also really speak to the truth about what was going on, like just telling the truth.
Yeah.
And so I did, and that I felt great with that. But now you're gonna hate me.
I can't possibly hate you.
I have a problem. I'm still wrapping my mind around art as activism, which is the only type of art I like to be in.
Yeah.
But when it feels like we are so close to danger's edge, art as activism becomes entertainment because it's more attractive than dealing with what we really need to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when I'm saying, y'all, we need to get out and fight, I don't want that to be something you're like, oh, that rhymed. I want you to be out there.
Yeah.
And so it's a toss-up for me because there's so many wonderful film and television and music that is so inspiring and makes me feel so good. And the political stuff, like it does have messages and stuff that's memorable, but it is a little bit of a release valve. And right now I see people who are progressive and people who want inclusion and all that. We are not, our voices and our power is not being fully realized to the point where we're able to effectuate change because the people who are in positions of power are beholden to capital. The Democrats that are elected they are not going to save us. They fail time and time again. And so
I don't know if they fail. I don't know if they try.
they succeed in doing what they don't even try.
They're not trying.
It's clear that they're not, and that they will turn around and ask us to send in donations so that we can try again next time.
Give me another. If I get another text message,
I don't want to text or
about
I don't want to hear
sending in
nothing from y'all.
$20 to you. I'm gonna let you know something. I'm gonna text you back something, but it ain't gonna be $20.
Especially since they're also getting $20 million from some huge lobby, some pharmacy, or like some corporate money that's basically telling them, here's $20 million. Fuck her $20. Poison her water. Do what I say. Take the vitamins out of her thing. Make this plastic more dangerous. You want microplastics? We got them.
Well, that's the thing. Is like it's not necessarily do this. Just don't stop
it. Well, that's the Democrats' role, right? Don't stop anything from happening.
Don't do nothing. Just sit there. You get paid so much money just to sit there, which must be nice. Must be nice. Peppermint, what is next for you?
I have no idea. I mean, okay, yes, I do. I'm getting ready to film season 3 of Survival of the Thickest on Netflix. I'm really excited about that.
Oh my God, Survival of the Thickest. That's crazy.
Yeah, I love it.
So
it's a great show.
Yeah. So, how are you
doing? How are you?
How are you? I mean, that must be a lot of fun. You're doing a lot of film.
Yeah, I am interested, because I was obviously doing theater is great, and there's nothing like having a live audience. But you know what? When your knee starts to buckle, you're like, I only got but one more time to do this in me. Let's put it on camera.
Nice.
And so that's kind of my thinking now. And I was really blessed to have been asked to be a part of the show. I went and auditioned and obviously luckily got the part. It was, it was named after me when I was auditioning. So I was like, well, what happens if I don't get it? Like, is somebody else going to play Peppermint? And this was like Peppermint, black trans woman, drag entertainer. I was like, who lives in Harlem? Girl, that's me.
That's me.
That's me.
You wrote my role.
You wrote
me.
Anyway, but the show is amazing. Working for Michelle Buteau is wonderful.
Yeah.
And
she's hilarious.
She's hilarious and so real and so down to earth. And she is a sister and she is so queer. And, like she's married to a man, but like she has that queer sensibility, honey. There's no separation.
Yeah.
And I love that.
And
so working with her is great. Working with the entire cast is great. And I feel really lucky to have a job in this economy. But then also that, GLAAD had just released numbers that nearly half, 40% of LGBTQI plus characters are just gone, are not returning in this season.
In this new year, yeah.
And that's upsetting. And I'm grateful to be one of them that is returning.
That is returning, yeah. If people want to see you, where can they see you?
Well,
where can they find you?
They should go to my social. I probably won't answer the message. So
Amanda. She's not going to answer you.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try, girl. I'm gonna but then go to my social, Peppermint 247. Check me out. Link in bio got all the stuff, and get some tea for the holiday. And keep your eyes. Go watch Survival of the Thickest season 1 and 2, so you'll be ready for season 3 when it comes out next year.
Are you on Twitter?
I'm on Twitter. I have an account.
Okay.
I really don't use it very much since everything.
Yeah.
But I am on there. It's Peppermint 2. I'm the same thing everywhere except for TikTok, honey. Somebody got my name.
Peppermint 247.
Somebody got it. Some little bitch got my name.
Did they try to sell it to you?
No, they didn't.
Oh.
I was like, girl, you can have it.
That's crazy.
Girl, you better answer Amanda's messages.
Well, Peppermint, I truly enjoy you. You are just as delicious as you sound. And I love, love, love you. I've always loved you since I started drag. I remember being a little gay kid in Rochester, New York, watching videos of you and Sherry Vine. And
oh my God, girl.
And actually, at some point, you actually had my ex-fiance, it was my boyfriend at the time, in It's Raining Men when you had all the trans
oh my God, up on
Parker.
up on the roof. We were on the roof by the Empire State Building. That was a wonderful, gosh.
Yeah. And so we've always been sort of like, I've always been like, oh, Peppermint.
Adjacent.
In the adjacent.
Yeah.
And so it's so good to see you and so good to be around you. I always love having you around. We did a little dance, my song, Get Your Flowers, which will be coming out soon. Well, the dance is coming out. The song is already out, been out. So if you like learning line dances, learn it.
It's a fun one.
Yeah. We love you so much. Thank you so much for joining us at Sapphira, and thank you for enjoying the one and only Peppermint.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Ow.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
Oh.
I didn't do my tag.
What?
Thank you so much for joining us at Sapphira, and thank you for enjoying our fabulous, fabulous guest, Peppermint. And always remember to truly love and accept who you are, when you are, where you are, how you are. You are perfect today. Bye.